Before you begin, remove the base enclosure, battery, wireless LAN module, solid-state drive, and fans. Removal. Important. Make careful note of the routing of all cables connected to the system board for later replacement. Disconnect the power connector cable from its connector on the system board. Using minimal force, lift the locking bar up on the display panel cable ZIF connector and disconnect the display panel cable from the system board. Peel back the retention tape and disconnect the touchscreen cable from its connector on the system board. Disconnect the speaker cable from its connector on the system board. Disconnect the RTC battery cable from its connector on the system board. Using minimal force, lift the locking bar up on the touchpad board ZIF connector and disconnect the touchpad board ribbon cable from the system board. Using minimal force, lift the locking bar up on the keyboard light ZIF connector and disconnect the keyboard light ribbon cable from the system board. Using minimal force, lift the locking bar up on the keyboard ZIF connector and disconnect the keyboard ribbon cable from the system board. Remove the three 4mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the left system board bracket to the system board. Lift the left system board bracket off of the alignment pins on the system board and remove. Remove the 4mm and 5.5mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the right system board bracket to the system board. Lift the right system board bracket off of the alignment pins on the system board and remove. Remove the two 3mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the large plastic hook bracket to the system board. Remove the large plastic hook bracket from the system board. Remove the 2.5mm P1 Phillips head screw that secures the small plastic hook bracket to the system board. Remove the small plastic hook bracket from the system board. Remove the two 2.5mm P1 Phillips head screws that secure the system board to the top cover. Lift the system board off of the alignment pins on the top cover and remove the system board. Note: before installing a new system board, remove the following from the old system board and install on the new system board. Heatsink. Reverse this procedure to install the system board. Important: after system board replacement, be sure to complete post-installation tasks as required that may include verifying functionality of the notebook, updating the BIOS, updating DMI and other settings.